This is Dolany TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers game previews. You'd swear it's a 7 o'clock game. Why? Because I have a game preview up. However, lots going on today. There was a Logan Day move back to the AHL off a season opening injury reserve. That's something we already knew about. Nothing to worry there. There you go. I did address it. However, we do need to get into the simple fact that, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, a 7-3-1 record for the Oilers after the first 10 games now runs up against, I think, the game, any of the, how would I word it? Not the haters, the skeptics. Okay, that's how I'd word it. Any of the skeptics out there in Oilers land, right? Not haters of the Oilers, because you can't consider yourself a fan if you're a hater, but any of the skeptics, right? Oilers fans who are saying, no, I've been hurt one too many times before. No, you know what? Give me some tough opponents and I'll let you know what I think. Well, you know what? Game number 11 is your first real chance. The New York Islanders, I mean, look at who they threw in net. We knew we had this going on from the start. We were going to win that game. At least I felt like that, and we did. So this is our first real tough test. Okay, I'll give it to you guys. If you want to talk about tough tests for the Oilers, tonight's your first one. 50 goal scorer Leon Draisaitl goes against 50 goal scorer Alex Ovechkin. But that's right where I'm going to stop, shut up, and ignore that whole subject matter, because it's not. Tonight is not about the 50 goal scorers going head to head and top lines duking it out. It can't be. We all know that, right? We've been throwing out the McDavid and Draisaitl line way too much to try and solve our problems. That is not going to work. It didn't work last year, right? We tried to solve our problems by overplaying McDavid and Draisaitl, and it didn't work last year. I tried to outline this in my 16-minute video yesterday. I feel a lot of people didn't spend the whole time watching it, those people that didn't grasp what I was trying to say, but that's fair. You know what? I can't expect you to sit here and listen to me complain for 16 minutes when you've got your own complaints. But that said, overplaying Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl to solve problems when times get tough is not the solution. We know that from 17-18. We know that from 18-19. Let's try something different. And with that, let's get to the lines, because here's the problem. We're not. According to Dave Tippett, to open this game, we're not trying something different. And this isn't anything against Dave Tippett. This is obviously, you know what, this is the Oilers' formula for winning. Problem is, we haven't done substantial winning with this formula. Have we? We really haven't. So Draisaitl, McDavid, Kassian, Chiasson, RNH, Neal, Kara, Sheehan, Archibald, Russell, Granlund, Gagne. Now, you're going to say, well, we're 7-3-1. How have we not done substantial winning with this formula? The problem is, right, we get into games where it doesn't work. It's a guaranteed loss every single time, right? Throw it at me. Throw me a game in which running the formula and it isn't working won us a game. You can't, because guess what? That meant Milan Lucic by minute number 40 was on the top line playing with Reeder and McDavid. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. We tried so much stupid stuff last year. So, we go back to the formula tonight. But the one thing that leads me to have faith in this team a little bit different than last year is the simple complexity of how things can work. Right? Now, okay, you run these lines. Fine, fair, good. I'm not going to complain. I like these lines. I love these lines a lot, and I really think they can do damage. And we've seen them do damage. You don't put 7 wins up in the first 8 games of a season, or 9 games, whatever. Yeah, 8, 9, whatever our record was at the time, without doing damage, right? You don't. So, Draisaitl, McDavid, Kassian, obviously. This is game 3 since they had a substantial something going on offensively. Well, we need something out of them tonight. Chiasson, RNH, and Neal, guys, if this is not their last chance together, I don't know where we're going. Everybody's jumping on Jujhar Khaira and saying Jujhar Khaira is the problem with our bottom 6. He's the reason nobody's scoring. He needs to score. None of the other guys need to score. He's the problem. He needs to score. Guys, we've had Alex Chiasson on the top line for the past 3 games, or second line, pardon me, and he hasn't produced a single goal. Okay? Like, let's let's sit here and place blame somewhere else other than Jujhar Khaira, who's been on an effective, gritty, hard forechecking, hard fighting, strong on the puck third line that we haven't had in years. We have not had a third line that goes to work in the offensive zone like this line in years. You know what? Maybe, was it the wagon line back in the day would go to work like this line does? Well, guess what? That's back in the day already for us as Oilers fans. So you know what? Yeah, results aren't there, but to sit here and single out one guy as being the problem, ladies and gentlemen, you know how many times we've done that? Let's not do that again, please. Seriously. We can do much better. And then you've got Patrick Russell, Granlund, and ladies and gentlemen, Sam Gagner draws into his first Oilers game. There you go. That's the magic word you're looking for. Now, I tweeted out earlier today, if you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me at DolmanyTV, just as you see my channel, except for it's all one word because it's Twitter and you don't have spaces in your username. However, Patrick Russell, Granlund, Gagner. That means Jurko's out of the lineup. Now, here's my point. Jurko disappeared when he went into the bottom six. He had one flashy pass, and then he went into the bottom six, and we haven't seen him since. Fair? Fair. If you're going to give credit to the third line for having some good shifts, yeah, give credit to the Jurko line once in a while for having some good shifts too. But if you're going to crap on the third line for not producing offense, why are you not crapping on Tomas Jurko for not producing offense? Right there. Tyson's asking the tough questions today. I know. I like asking tough questions. I am a journalist after all. Now, Gagner replaces Jurko. What does this give us? A 1-for-1, really. Jurko's about the same skill set as Gagner. I mean, Jurko's not a grinded out penalty killer in my estimation. He might have been used on the penalty kill, but I haven't seen him out there much if he has. I'm blind, so don't take me at my word. But Gagner brings in a little bit more offensive flair, right? A little bit more veteran presence, a little bit more veteran savvy. So let's give Gagner a chance tonight. And I'm sure, you know what, skating with Patrick Russell and Granlund, two guys who you've seen over the past few games have had their chances and have been snake bitten. Let's see them getting a goal tonight. That's what I'm talking about. This game isn't Ovechkin versus Draisaitl. This game is about the bottom six standing up for themselves, right? I can stand up for them all I want. Problem is, I'm a platform guy on YouTube doing not much of anything, really. And it's the online world. It doesn't mean anything. Unless you change it on the ice, the online world doesn't impact nothing. So, for the bottom six guys, tonight they have to stand up and they have to fight for their jobs. That's as simple as it is. And Sam Gagner, in some weird kind of spatial world, gets to be a part of that in which he's already fighting for his job. So this is almost a perfect storm if you get where I'm coming at in terms of this Oilers team coming out against Washington strong and possibly, as I mentioned, proving the skeptics wrong. Because you've got yourself the top two lines, well, they should do what they should do. We expect things out of them. The bottom six, I swear, half of the Oilers fans on the internet have already given up on them. And we're 10 games in. So, if you feel like you've been given up on, which Sam Gagner has been given up on several times, and the rest of the bottom six has been given up on by half the Oilers fans, well, maybe tonight's your night to shine, right? You get what I'm getting at? Maybe it is. And as I said, who better to stand up for you than yourself with your own play? That's just my theory. Now, I mean, maybe I'm totally out to left field and we should can them all and bring up the farm and repeat the same old abusive cycles we have for the past 10 years. But who am I to say? I don't know. I really don't know where I stand and who I am to say what. But let's get to the defense. Darnell Nurse, Ethan Bear, the top pair. Was the defense the problem against Minnesota? No. No, it wasn't. One bad goal against our weakest defenseman in our top six. Let's not count Brandon Manning as an actual defenseman here, okay? But, yeah, one bad goal against our worst defenseman and two opportunistic goals. Well, it's going to happen. It's totally fine. Klefbom and Russell, Not a fan of this pair. I know I'm saying lately that Russell's doing a lot more things right, but I'm not a fan of Clefbaum and Russell. Just doesn't work. Doesn't work for me. Doesn't do it for me. Just, nope. Manning, Benning, they've showed flashes, but they are Manning and Benning. Doesn't work for me any which way you cut it with Manning in the lineup, so it's okay. And you've got Koskinen in the starters net this evening. And, well, Koskinen, ladies and gentlemen, do I need to remind you? Let's go over to those old 2019-2020 stats for the Edmonton Oilers. Go down to goalies, and I'm sorry to inform you, the Oilers are 4-0-0 at home. Mikko Koskinen just happens to be 4-0-0 this year as well, with a .220 goals against average and a .934 save percentage. So now, the journey that has been this video, shall we go there, ladies and gentlemen? This has been a journey through the psychotic day I've had trying to fathom some stuff in Oilers land. And, well, here we go. I said possibly we proved the skeptics wrong. Possibly meaning we possibly win this game. So am I really out here selling that we're going to go out there and stomp in Washington? No, I'm not. Because I am a realist. What gets lost in what I'm trying to say in translation sometimes is that I expect this team to win a President's Trophy and win the Stanley Cup. No. I am a realist. The problem is, if you're cynical and a realist, stop worrying about it. You don't need to worry about it if you don't care about it. And that's what being cynical and being a realist is all about, is not caring. Because you know the result. It's made up in your mind. And that's where I sit here and divide myself from that. I am an, optimistic realist. So I'm optimistic that there's always something better out there. But I'm real that, you know what? Maybe it's not. Somewhere in the happy middle. That's where I put myself. So guys, that's where I am in for this game. I'm in for a happy middle of a game. Good compete, heart and hustle, bottom six show up. That's all I'm asking. No score prediction, no win, no loss. Like I said, compete, heart and hustle, bottom six show up. Let's go have a good game. Let's go Oilers. Tyson here for Dolany TV. I screwed up my outro. Guys, I am up on out of here.